Okay, so today we'll start actually basic discussion of ISLM, and this is basically the starting point of ISLM analysis. Uh, that's national income identity with the consumption function and investment function. Very standard, and this is basically what we assume for ISLM. I'm going to use this consumption function for my analysis. Taxation. Then I'm going to use this investment function for my analysis. Hmm. Okay. What is the parametric restriction of values of beta? Can anybody tell me? What's the restriction on beta I should give? And what does this beta represent in this linear equation? Faster, faster. It's a very simple question. What does this beta represent and what is the parametric restriction?
Marginal propensity to consume
Okay, and what is the
should be
parametric
greater than
restriction?
0 and less than 1.
Greater than 0, less than 1. So 0 less than beta, less than 1. That's MPC. And if I substitute this consumption function and this investment function to this equation of national income identity, what I get is this: y equals to this is it. Good. If I simplify, so this is basically the basic equation. And why it is called IS equation, you see over here, if I take, bolo, somebody,
Screen has not been shared. I
is
mean, your
it?
PPT. Yes, sir.
Let's see. Now, is it shared?
Yes, sir. Now shared.
Okay, okay. Anyway, so this is my national income identity. I'm writing it in consumption as a function of actually y minus t. So for simply y minus t. Investment t is the taxation. Y is GDP, real GDP. This is national income identity in the closed economy, no export, no import. Consumption function, investment depends on interest rate negatively, real interest rate negatively, and R is the real interest rate over here. Consumption depends on disposable income. Y minus T is the disposable income. Consumption depends on disposable income positively. Beta is the marginal propensity to consumption, is a fraction. C0 is the autonomous part of the consumption. I0 is the autonomous part of the investment. G is government expenditure. So if I substitute this to the first equation, I get this. And if I simplify further, I get, you guys tell me, then if I simplify this, even if I keep y over here, y equals to over here, what should I get? It should be the C0 of C0 plus this I0. Orpon, you are here in the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please keep this notation. Okay,
Yes.
when
Okay,
you
sir.
when you do this analysis, let's say tomorrow, this graphical analysis, I'm going to share this with you, but you have to
Okay.
keep this notation.
Okay,
Plus
sir.
government expenditure G minus beta capital T divided by something. What is that something you are going to tell me? Then negative, there will be a gamma over here, will be R over here. What is the denominator? What is the denominator? Eliza Roy bolo, what is in the denominator? I kept this denominator blank. Eliza Roy,
Yes, sir. Sir,
denominator.
I do.
Huh?
I don't know, sir.
I don't know means it's simple mathematics going on. This is multiplication. This is beta multiplied y minus t.
Mm,
From this equation to this equation, I just kept y in the left hand side, and I'm keeping everything in the right hand side. You don't know means? What do you mean you do not know? There is nothing to know. It's simple mathematics, simple algebra going on.
Sir, 1 minus beta.
So, my goodness. So let me just put this multiplication sign out. 1 minus beta. Good. 1 minus beta. And this is basically my basic equation of IS. So this is basically my IS equation. So let me just put it in bold. That's my IS. And which says that this is IS, and this is also said that the goods market equilibrium condition. This is going to give me the locus of Y and R where this particular national income identity gets satisfied. The combination of Y and R where this particular national income identity gets satisfied. Y is the income, and the right hand side is basically the expenditure. That's national income identity. For our entire economy, income equals to expenditure. Expenditure has three parts over here. Consumption expenditure that depends on disposable income positively, investment expenditure I that depends on interest rate negatively, and government expenditure G, which is completely autonomous in our case. I have assumed completely linear consumption function for this particular course. Uh, Consumption depends on autonomous consumption C0 beta multiplied by y minus capital T. T is the taxation, so y minus capital T is my disposable income. Consumption depends on disposable income positively. Investment depends on real interest rate negatively, and you guys know why it is. Um, Still, let me ask you this question. Uh, People from economics Shachi Jalote should answer this. Shachi, why do we assume that investment depends on interest rate negatively? How do you know? How do you do that? How do you explain that?
So because if
Please,
the
please,
interest
one second. Please do not give me that explanation on loanable fund. I do not like that.
okay, so investment is have a negative relationship with the interest rate. That's why the
Why?
equation.
Why? Why do we assume? Is it assumed out of the blue, or it has not have any meaning? That why do we assume that investment and interest rate has a negative relation?
So like if the
Profit?
interest rate
No, no. Go for profit maximizing condition. मैं बोल रहा हूँ अपने एग्जाम कॉपी व्हाट इज कॉल्ड योर एक्सरसाइज बुक में लिखो. Suppose your production function y depends on, let's say, on capital only. Y equals to f of k, and the price of capital is r, real interest at r. Okay.
okay,
So what is the profit expression? Revenue minus cost. So,
revenue minus
so
cost.
it
So
is, suppose if
revenue
I assume that output price is 1, it should be fk minus rk, right?
yes sir, huh?
Fk
Revenue
minus
minus
rk, and the production function is strictly concave production function. That means f prime positive, f double prime negative. Marginal, diminishing marginal productivity of capital applies.
yes sir.
Okay. Now what is the profit maximizing condition if you choose k to maximize this profit?
It will be revenue minus the output. Revenue R minus F of K
F
is
of k means
pro,
f of k,
revenue minus expenditure. I'm sorry.
revenue
Revenue.
minus expenditure. What is the profit maximizing condition? If you choose k to maximize this profit, what do you get? कि तुम लोगों को हर एक बार इसको करवाना पड़ता है. इकोनॉमिक्स ऑफ ग्रोथ में करवाया, फिर वो जस्ट इन द मार्जिनल प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ लेबर, ये सब करवाया दो तीन क्लास पहले प्रोडक्शन फंक्शन से, एक क्लास पहले ही करवाया. एज्यूम दैट प्रोडक्शन डिपेंड्स ऑन लेबर ओनली, देन वो कंप्लीट वेज प्राइस फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी करवाने के लिए करवाया. प्राइस इनटू मार्जिनल प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ लेबर इक्वल्स टू डब्ल्यू मिला. अभी सेम मैं चीज बोल रहा हूँ. सपोज प्रोडक्शन डिपेंड्स ऑन कैपिटल ओनली एंड द प्राइस ऑफ कैपिटल इज आर. प्रॉफिट एक्सप्रेशन सेटअप करो और प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन डिराइव करो विद रेस्पेक्ट टू कैपिटल. व्हाट इज द प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग
It
कंडीशन?
will be MPK, that is equal
हाँ,
to
आर,
K R R by P.
आर बाई पी. ओके, ठीक है. पी, this r by p is basically your small r, real interest rate. Okay,
Yes sir.
in our notation. Now you tell me, if r rises,
Okay.
what happens to k? Is going to go down or go up?
It
Your profit
will.
maximizing condition is mpk equals to r by p. That means f prime k, according to mathematical notation, f prime k equals to r by p. And as I said, f prime is positive, f double prime is negative. That's basically the functional form.
Yes sir.
Okay. तुम बोलो तो अगर r increase करे, what happens to k? Somebody please unmute, please mute everybody other than Sachi. Everybody should mute. Sachi, unmute.
Yes sir.
बोलो तो if r rises, what happens? What happens to k? Rising or
Um,
falling?
if the R is rising, then capital will decrease.
Capital will decrease, right?
Yes sir.
Okay, what happens to investment then? If capital falls down, investment is change in capital, nothing but change in capital. तुम देखो
It
अगर
will
मैं
also fall down.
it will also fall down, and this is the negative relation between this investment and interest rate. If R rises, price of capital rises, capital is costly, firm employ less capital, investment falls down. हो गया. इसमें do you think is there anything complicated here, Shachi?
No, sir, I just got little bit confused in the
Little bit
starting.
confused. Okay. So this is basically what I said to Sachi. He said there's a price over here. Okay, fine. I'm putting a P over here. Price into outputs total revenue. That's total cost. And if I choose K to maximize this, my simple condition is this. F prime K perfectly competitive market structure. F prime K, इसको मैं capital R बोलता हूँ. So this is my nominal one, equals to small r, insert equation which is equals to small r, which is equals to capital R by P. That's my profit maximizing condition. Now, if my R rises, either suppose my capital R rises, which causes small r to rise, my F prime K rises. F prime K can only rise when capital falls down because it's a concave function. So R rises, investment falls, and investment is change in capital stock. अच्छा, इकोनॉमिक्स ऑफ ग्रोथ में हम लोग कुछ लिखा था. Can anybody tell me? This is basically how we follow in economics of growth course. This is basically there's a time associated with it. I said this is I T equals to कुछ लिखा था. How is it related to capital stock? Can anybody remember? Investment at the time period T and the capital stock, how they are
KT
related?
plus 1.
KT plus 1. KT plus 1. फिर बोलो बोलो. बहुत बार ये हम लोग बहुत बार किए हैं. KT plus 1 minus
1 minus delta in bracket into KT,
KT.
where delta is ranging from 0 to 1.
Very good. Now you can remember. You see the same thing. तो KT इसको दिमाग में रखो. KT. Now let me give a time subscript here. Suppose this is my KT. This is my KT, capital KT. This is my capital KT. I choose this capital KT to maximize this. I get this. And I also give a subscript here, RT. So the price of capital at the time period T is RT. Okay. So this is RT. If I copy this and paste it over here, the profit maximizing condition is this. I also give a profit maximizing condition T over here. And there's RT over here. Same thing. If my RT rises, my KT falls. If my KT falls, my RT rises. So this is how it goes. मैं यहाँ पे बोल रहा हूँ देखो. If RT rises, what is the intuition? RT rises means price of capital increasing, capital become costly. What happens? Investment of capital falls down. What is the investment of capital? Firm should employ less capital, so KT goes down. This is my investment IT, and over here, as KT falls, IT falls. And that's the explanation. This is exactly what I have written. Investment and interest rate has a negative relation. You see R rises, I falls. R rises, K falls. As K falls, I also falls. Fine. So this is basically the thing. So for the time being, just to keep the notation unchanged, call it KT minus 1. This is your KT. When your RT rises, F prime KT rises. F prime KT rises means KT fall. When KT falls, IT falls. And that going to give you the negative relation between RT and IT. Clear? Sachi, clear?
Yes, sir.
Shivam Kumar, clear? शिवम कुमार, तुम लोग जाते कहाँ हो भाई? उफ. Very difficult to take classes. This. Shivam Naik, is it clear? Shivam Naik, is it clear? Very difficult. Sharthak Brijwasi, is it clear? Sharthak Brijwasi. Yogendra Panwar. Yogendra Panwar. Ture Sai Girish. Ture Sai Girish. दिव्यांग सोनकर.
यस सर.
समझ में आया है?
यस सर.
ये वाला समझ में आया है? That when R rises, F prime K rises and K falls.
यस सर.
Fine. अच्छा, if I take a simple, दिव्यांश तुम मुझे आंसर देना. If I take a production function f of kt equals to, let's say, this kind of production function, let's say capital KT to the power alpha. What is the value of alpha, Divyangs? What should be the value of alpha? If this production function is concave, that means if you have a diminishing marginal productivity of capital, what should be the value of alpha? Divyangs?
यस सर.
कैलकुलेट करके देखो, मींस एफ प्राइम के पॉजिटिव, एफ डबल प्राइम के नेगेटिव, ये होना चाहिए. व्हाट शुड बी द वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा?
कर रहा हूँ. सर 0 से 1.
वेरी गुड, इट शुड बी अ फ्रैक्शन. वैसा ही एक प्रोडक्शन फंक्शन तुम पकड़ लेना. व्हेनेवर आई से देयर इज अ कॉनकेव फंक्शन डिमिनिशिंग मार्जिनल प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ कैपिटल, जब मैं बोला एफ ऑफ केटी, इसको एज्यूम कर लो. सपोज दिस इज माय फंक्शन. So this is how I get that R and I has a negative relation, and this is what I get. And from here I get this equation. अच्छा, ये वाला जो इक्वेशन, इसको IS क्यों कहा जाता है, किसी को पता है? Why it is called IS equation? What does this I stand for and what does this A stand for? हर्ष मकवाना.
So
हाँ, बोलो बोलो बोलो. Yes, yes, please.
investments and saving.
ओके, तो यहाँ पे इन्वेस्टमेंट सेविंग्स कहाँ पे है भाई? इन्वेस्टमेंट दिख रहा है आई, और इन द
सर
बॉर्डर
IS
इन द,
मतलब जब IS पढ़ा था मैक्रो में तो तब इन्वेस्टमेंट सेविंग्स वैसे पढ़ा
हाँ,
था.
तो यहाँ पे सेविंग्स कहाँ पे है? ये वाला तुम, you can say it's a broader sense of investment. There's a private investment I, there's a government investment G. So this is, you can say it is representing my broader investment. Where is the savings?
Income minus the consumption is.
Very good. So that is why it is called IS equation. So अगर consumption को मैं left hand side में लेके जाऊं, Y minus C is basically my savings. So what this IS equation actually represents, it's a combination of Y and R so that I equals to S maintained. The combination of Y and R, income and interest rate, so that we always get investment equals to savings. And investment equals to savings means goods market equilibrium. समझ में आया? So that's my IS, and it's a negatively sloped. Why it is negatively sloped? Because if my interest rate falls down, my private investment rises. As a result, my output rises. If my interest rate falls down, R falls down, means capital is less costly. Firm is going to employ more capital. That means investment rises. And when investment rises, capital I rises, Y also rises. And that is why we say we have a negative relationship between R and Y in the goods market equilibrium. That is basically my IS equation. Clear? And we are going to take the same LM equation that we already got from our last class, completely linear saving LM. M, money supply, price equals to L1. It is the elasticity of money demand with respect to income, L1Y minus L2R. What is L2? Elasticity of money demand with respect to interest rate R. And throughout this analysis, I'm going to assume that my expected inflation rate is 0. So my real interest rate representing my nominal interest rate. That's my IS and that's my LM. So this is basically two key equation. इसको छोड़ो, मैं इसको हटाता हूं यहां से. I keep it non-bold. So this is my IS equation. This equation is my IS representing my goods market equilibrium. This equation is my LM representing my money market equilibrium. I think macro students who have done MSc economics student, they're actually familiar with this equation already. The only thing, the intuition, ये वाला intuition जब एक economics student को पूछा जाए, I think it should come from here, that why interest rate and investment has a negative relationship. Investment is nothing but a change in capital stock in economic analysis. So if my interest rate rises, my capital become costly, firm is going to employ less capital, as a result investment falls down. That's the negative relationship between investment and interest rate, nothing else, absolutely coming from the profit maximizing condition. Now these two equations actually will interact with each other. Simple. Now Odrija Odhikari,
Yes.
how many endogenous variable do you have in this IS and LM equation? Endogenous variable. That is the variable that will be determined from the model. मॉडल से डिटरमिन्ड होगा, जिसका वैल्यू मुझे पहले से नहीं पता, जिसका वैल्यू मॉडल से कैलकुलेटेड होगा. कौन सा है? There are two endogenous variable here in ISLM. The equation that I have written bold, this y equals to this equation and m minus p equals to L1 y minus L2 r. ये दोनों इक्वेशन अगर तुम देखो, you will have exactly two endogenous variable.
Income and rate of interest.
इनकम एंड रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. याद में रखना, जब मैं ग्राफिकल एनालिसिस किसी को एनी काइंड ऑफ ग्राफिकल एनालिसिस जब मैं करता हूं, एक्स एक्सिस और वाई एक्सिस में मैं दो वेरिएबल जो मेजर करता हूं, दोज आर एंडोजेनस वेरिएबल्स. Simple definition of endogenous variable. If I want to give a graphical exposition of this, मैं y axis में और x axis में जो दो वेरिएबल मेजर करूंगा, those are endogenous variable. Rest all other variables are exogenous variable. In ISLM analysis, we measure R, interest rate, in the y-axis, and we measure income Y in the x-axis. As a result, R is an endogenous variable, Y is also an endogenous variable. That's first thing. Secondly, and all other variable, you see this C0 is a parameter, exogenous. I0 is a parameter, exogenous. Capital G is a parameter, exogenous. Beta is a parameter, exogenous. Capital T, exogenous. Gamma, exogenous. M over here, still exogenous. In the ISLM is M exogenous. In ISLM, simple ISLM, अब मैं aggregate demand के बारे में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. If I do not take aggregate demand into analysis, P is also exogenous. L1 exogenous, L2 exogenous. Only two endogenous variables are Y and R. Okay. इसको मैं ड्रॉ करता हूं एंड दिस. अच्छा, एक चीज, ओके, बाद में देखते हैं. ये दोनों जो इक्वेशन है, दिस टू इक्वेशन is going to give me the solution of R and Y. Okay. And that is basically the purpose of ISLM. Two equation, two unknown, Y and R has to be solved for. In fact, if I calculate R from here, यहाँ से अगर मैं R calculate करूं from LM equation, if I calculate R, can you tell me how does this equation look like? R equals to, न्यूमरेटर में होगा, डिनोमिनेटर में होगा?
L1y plus P minus M divided by
वेरी
L2.
गुड. अरे भाई, तुम लोगों को तो बस अलजेब्रा आता है. वेरी गुड. L1y minus M plus P divided by
L2.
डिवाइडेड बाय है L2. नाउ ये जो एक्सप्रेशन मुझे मिला, लेट मी सब्स्टिट्यूट दिस एक्सप्रेशन to my IS equation in the place of R. What I will get? ये वाला it remain unchanged. And minus remain also unchanged. Gamma divided by 1 minus beta is also unchanged. और ये R यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. Sharpon,
Yes, sir.
इस इक्वेशन IS LM जो मैं लिखा हूं, कल ये पॉजिटिव स्लोप नेगेटिव स्लोप इंटरेक्शन करके Y स्टार R स्टार कैसे डिटरमिन हो रहा है ग्राफिकली तुम कराना, ठीक है? मैं
Okay.
algebraically, I am doing it algebraically over here.
Okay.
Okay, so this is basically the thing. Now it's basically only Y. If I take all the term in y to the left hand side, and if I simplify, you guys tell me y equals to न्यूमरेटर में होगा, डिनोमिनेटर में होगा. Denominator will be pretty simple. It will be 1 plus gamma L1 gamma L1 और नीचे आ जाएगा 1 minus beta L2. This is pretty simple. Simple algebra आ गया. ऊपर क्या होगा बोलो? ये वाला जो टर्म है ये पूरा ऊपर रह जाएगा. आ गया. और यहां पे आएगा नेगेटिव. ये नेगेटिव नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव हो गया एम से. ठीक है. सो मैं लिखता हूं प्लस, ऊपर आएगा एम, एम के साथ मल्टीप्लाइड होगा गामा, और नीचे आ जाएगा 1 माइनस बीटा इंटू L2. और यहां पे आ जाएगा नेगेटिव P के साथ आएगा गामा एम. यहां पे है, यह हो जाएगा गामा. सेम थिंग हो जाएगा यहां पे. द सेम थिंग विल रिपीट ओवर हियर. The same thing will be repeated over here. Only the m will be replaced by p. Clear? कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? What does this equation imply? What does this equation represent? इसको हटाओ, इसको मैं नॉन बोल्ड करता हूं, इसको भी मैं नॉन बोल्ड करता हूं. Important equation is over here. What does this equation represent? ये equation IS goods market equilibrium represent करता है. ये equation LM money market equilibrium represent करता है. What does this equation represent? Somebody, anybody can answer this. Standard ISLM already तुम लोग कर चुके हो मैक्रो में. What does this last equation represent? LM से R लिया, IS में substitute किया, and I got another equation with the combination of IS and LM. What does this equation represent? My goodness. फैजल बोलो.
सर ये जो डिनोमिनेटर है स्टार्टिंग वाली टर्म है वो सब में होगा ना, लाइक 1 प्लस गामा L1 वाला.
होगा, मुझे पता नहीं. बोलो, अगर होगा तो करूंगा, नहीं तो नहीं करूंगा.
ये होगा सर.
होगा. ओके, करते हैं. ये ऊपर चला जाएगा, राइट?
यस
और
सर.
ये पूरा टर्म नीचे आ जाएगा, राइट?
यस सर.
गुड. ये भी एक ही चीज होगा, राइट? राइट,
हाँ ऐसे।
गुड. Okay, then what does this equation represent? इक्वेशन का नाम क्या है? One thing, if I know the values of all those parameters, beta, L1, L2, C0, I0, G, everything, if I know, this is basically going to give me the solution of Y only, given all those. And also you see there's a Y over here, there is a P over here, there's a negative sign over here. What does this equation represent? Somebody, मैं last class में भी बोला था. I also referred this kind of stuff in the last class also. Somebody,
Sir, equilibrium income.
it will give you equilibrium income only, but what does this curve represent? Y है, P है, negative sign है.
Demand curve.
What is this demand? Individual demand or aggregate demand?
Sir, aggregate demand.
This is the aggregate demand curve of the economy. This is aggregate demand curve of the economy. मैं last class में बोला था, अगर ISLM से तुम interest rate को eliminate कर दो, जो तुम्हें मिलेगा is going to give you the equilibrium in income determination, is aggregate demand curve. Anyway, एक चीज मैं miss कर गया. What is DLR DLY of IS? That is, what is the slope of IS? Can anybody tell me? I missed it. What is the slope of IS in this equation? Del R del Y. IS equation से ऊपर होगा नीचे होगा? बोलो. What is del R del Y? इस इक्वेशन से बोलना पड़ेगा.
बीटा माइनस 1 बाय गामा.
बीटा माइनस 1 बाई गामा. ठीक से बोलो. वन माइनस बीटा बाई गामा. That's my IS equation slope with a negative sign. That's the negatively sloped IS. That's the slope. And what is del R del Y LM? What is the slope of LM? LM का स्लोप क्या है?
L1 by L2.
L1 by L2. So this is del R del Y. ब्रैकेट में डालता हूं, उसके बाद मैं बोलता हूं इंसर्ट सबस्क्रिप्ट LM equals to L1 by L2. Positively sloped curve. बोल्ड करता हूं. Okay, the way I have explained that why IS is negatively sloped, That means if my interest rate rises, my private investment falls, and if my private investment falls, my output falls. That's why it's a negatively sloped curve. Can anybody tell me that why in this fashion, if you want to explain the economics, why my LM curve is positively sloped? What is the economics behind it? That why does this R and Y has a positive relation in LM? सेम वे कोशिश करो. IS में क्या मैं बोला? If my interest rate rises, my private investment falls. If my private investment falls, my output falls. So that is why Y and R has a negative relationship in IS, which is we see over here. Del R del Y negative. 1 minus beta positive, gamma positive. So this slope is negative. The same way, if I calculate del R del Y of the LM curve is L1 over L2. How do you explain it? How do you explain it? अगर Y increase करे, R क्यों decrease करेगा? To keep the money market in equilibrium. यथार्थ सोने जी.
Yes, sir.
बोलो. If my R rises, why does Y also has to rise to keep the money market equilibrium? Money demand equals to money supply. It's absolutely simple. There is nothing complicated here. अगर तुम्हें समझ में आए that why Y enters in the money demand function and how does it enter, why interest rate enters in the money demand function and how does it enter, जो मैं already कर चुका हूं. अच्छा पहले बोल दो why does enter in the money demand function. मनी डिमांड फंक्शन में y एंटर क्यों करता है? Y or income or GDP, why does it enter in the money demand function? Or simply in this equation, if I simply concentrate on this,
It will denote the income level, so it will have to be in the equation.
why? ये वाला क्या represent करता है? What is L1Y in this LM equation? Let's say the left hand side is basically, let's say, money supply. P को भूल जाओ, forget about P. M is money supply, and L1Y and L2R, they are represent, let's say, money demand. Then what does this L1Y represent? L1 multiplied by Y, ये क्या represent करता है? Left hand side is money supply, right hand side is money demand. Then L1Y represent what? क्या represent करता है L1Y? ओके, L1Y मत बोलो, L2R क्या represent करता है?
So the bond market.
बॉन्ड मार्केट है. बॉन्ड कहां पे है? यहाँ पे there is no bond here. I have money supply M and I have a money demand in the right hand side. Money supply equals to money demand, that money market equilibrium. Money demand, the entire right hand side is money demand. Then what does this L1Y? What is L1Y and what is L2R?
So L1Y is transaction demand.
Transaction demand for money. And this negative L2R is a speculative demand for money. Abhi bolo, if my Y rises, what happens?
The transactional demand for money will rise.
Rises. Money supply unchanged, but my demand for money rises. Transaction demand for money. Money supply में कुछ change नहीं हुआ है. देखो left hand side unchanged है. But Y increase किया means L1Y, the transaction demand for money increase कर गया. How do you keep the left hand side and right hand side balanced now? You cannot change money supply. It is determined by the central bank, let's say. but your transaction demand for money has increased because somehow your Y has increased, your L1Y has increased, your transaction demand for money has increased, then how do you keep the money market in equilibrium? What you have to change? यथार्थ सोने जी, मैं तुम्हें पूछ रहा हूँ,
R,
आर इंक्रीज करेगा डिक्रीज करेगा?
अगर इनकम इंक्रीज कर रहा है तो R भी इंक्रीज करेगा।
क्यों? आर इंक्रीज करने से क्या होगा? कौन सा वाला डिमांड फॉर मनी अफेक्टेड होगा?
Speculative demand.
Is going to increase or going to decrease?
The speculative demand is going to increase.
Are
Sorry,
increase.
decrease.
So your transaction demand for money has increased because your Y has increased, but your money supply is unchanged. That creates a excess demand in the money market. Money market equilibrium को maintain करने के लिए I have to decrease money demand. How do I decrease that? I have to reduce my speculative demand for money. How do I reduce my speculative demand for money? I have to
Increasing
increase
R.
my interest rate R, and that is getting reflected over here, del R del Y positive. समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
यथार्थ कुछ बोलने से पहले एक बार सोचो और पढ़ो. मैं जो बुक रेफर किया हूँ, आई नो यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू, यू गाइस नॉट गोइंग टू रीड, बट स्टिल मुझे बोलना चाहिए एज अ टीचर, मैं बोल रहा हूँ. एनीवे, so that is the economic explanation of del R del Y IS negative because my interest rate rises, my private investment falls, my output falls. So R and Y has a negative relationship over here. And this is just now I have given the explanation that YLM is positively sloped. If my Y rises, my transaction demand for money rises. Given money supply, I have an excess demand in the money market. To keep the money market in equilibrium, my money demand has to fall. I reduce my speculative demand for money by increasing interest rates. So Y increases, R rises to keep the money market equilibrium. Okay. From these two equation, IS and LM, if I simply eliminate R, the next bold equation, this is basically representing my aggregate demand curve. If I measure price in the y-axis, and if I measure y in the x-axis, then I get a negatively slope aggregate demand curve for my economy. But इसमें इसको मैं थोड़ा सा, ये वाला जो एक्सप्रेशन मैं देखा हूं ना, इसको थोड़ा सा मैं इसके साथ खेलूंगा. I want to, what I'll do, I want to give up, I want to manipulate this equation a little bit, especially this numerator and denominator. Y वाला जो है ठीक है, इसको मैं, चलो मैं कुछ नहीं करता हूं, I'll see what I'll do, थोड़ा सा डॉट डॉट देके रखता हूं, प्लस ये वाला जो इक्वेशन है, इसको इसको इस सेकेंड टर्म में कॉन्सेंट्रेट किया जाए. ठीक है, ओके. और IS और LM का इक्वेशन देखते हैं स्लोप का. 1 माइनस बीटा बाई गामा, माय गुडनेस, L1 ओवर L2 दिखाई दे रहा है, राइट? तो इसको मैं ऐसे करके लिखता हूं. न्यूमरेटर जो है, लेट मी कीप इट अनचेंज्ड. नीचे वाला जो इक्वेशन है, 1 माइनस देखो मैं इसको कैसे एडजस्ट करता हूं, माइनस गामा डिवाइडेड बाई 1 माइनस बीटा, दैट इज गामा divided by 1 minus beta multiplied by L1 over L2. नेक्स्ट एक्सप्रेशन जो है उसको भी मैं एक ही तरीके से एडजस्ट करूंगा. There'll be a negative sign. The term in the numerator will remain unchanged. And I'm going to manipulate the term in the denominator in the same fashion. Similarly, इसको the term in the denominator is same. And the term in the numerator जो है मैं वही लिखता हूं. Next line, y equals to ऊपर वाला जो टर्म है, I keep it here. I'm not going to play anything with it. I keep it unchanged. And in the denominator, it will be 1 minus okay. Slope of the LM and नीचे आ जाएगा slope of IS. Am I right? मैं ठीक लिखा? देखो तो. Am I correct, Priyansha?
Yes, sir.
Second term भी एक ही, ऊपर वाला रह गया. Then the denominator the negative sign, term in the numerator is still this. And the term in the denominator is this. Same thing. So I have algebraically manipulated the equation in such a way so that I can represent the denominator as some product of slope of IS and slope of LM. And there's a purpose for that. अभी तक ठीक ठाक है? Fine. Still it is aggregate demand equation. Same aggregate demand equation, negatively sloped aggregate demand equation. Now, if I want to calculate basic math, del y, del m, is a if money supply rises, what happens to my income output? This basically through ISLM. If M rises, what happens to my Y? It's obviously got to be positive. In fact, if you manipulate this expression, इसको तुम देखो अगर तुम देखोगे, the entire term will actually be positive, greater than 0. Because this expression, if you simplify this expression over here, this will be 1 minus beta L2 plus gamma L1 और ऊपर वाला जो 1 minus beta L2 ये चला जाएगा. ठीक है? So this will going to be positive. This basically says If my money supply rises, my output rises. Now, to what extent my money supply rises and output rises is depends on these two expressions. Similarly, if I want to calculate the government expenditure multiplier in ISLM, it's going to give me, there'll be a term in the numerator and the denominator. There'll be del y, del g equals to, this is basically over here. So in the numerator, you are going to get g divided by 1 minus beta is 1 divided by 1 minus beta. Week later, और नीचे वाला जो term है ये रह जाएगा. That's basically, if money supply rises, what happens to output? Del y del m. That going to actually, and we're going to analyze my effectiveness of monetary policy through this expression. And this is my del y del g. If my government expenditure rises, what happens to my output? I analyze the effectiveness of fiscal policy with respect to government expenditure through this expression. And if I want to analyze this, let's say del y del t, if my taxation changes, what happens to my output? This is basically my thing. Basic math, del y del t. If my taxation changes, what happens to my output? There'll be a negative sign over here, obviously, and the taxation is over here. So in the numerator and the denominator will be there. In the numerator, it will be beta divided by 1 minus beta. So Greek letter, beta divided by 1 minus beta. और नीचे वाला जो term है, it remain unchanged. Done. These three expressions are basically what this ISLM actually analyze. If my money supply rises, what happens to my aggregate demand output? Del y del m. If my government expenditure rises, what happens to my aggregate output? Del y del g. And if my taxation rises, what happens to my aggregate output? You see, it has to be positive. It can be shown. It should be greater than 0. Let me just put it in the equation. It should be greater than 0. But this term has to be less than 0.
Sir, dy del y by del m should be, the numerator should be gamma by 1
Oh, ये वाला term, right?
Yes, sir.
ऊपर, very good, very good. Thank you. That's the typo. M will not be here. Yeah, this. So this expression जो मैं highlight कर रहा हूँ, जो मैं उसके बाद देखूंगा धीरे धीरे, the effectiveness of the monetary policy इस expression से analyzed होगा, and it will be determined by this interaction of slope of IS and LM. The effectiveness of fiscal policy with respect to government expenditure इस expression से होगा, और effectiveness of fiscal policy with respect to taxation इस equation से होगा. And when this gamma is taking different values, L2 is taking different values. You see this slope of LM and IS will take different values, and accordingly, del y del m, del y del g, del y del t will change. And that is basically different pathological cases that we'll analyze basically. Okay. So we start with simple IS, absolute linear consumption function, linear investment function. Then I determine this IS equation, this bold equation, I determine its slope, and then I have given a economic logic that why it is negatively sloped. Second, LM, money market equilibrium, the combination of Y and R that keeps money supply equals to money demand. Then I calculated del R, del Y, the slope of LM, and I have given a simple economic explanation that why this slope is positive. What is the economic logic? And then from IS and LM, if I simply eliminate R, the equation that I get, this bold equation, इसको मैं bold नहीं रखता हूँ, so इसको हटाता हूँ, not bold. The important equation is this. This important equation, this is my aggregate demand equation. This is going to give me the negative relationship between Y and P coming from the demand side of the economy. Okay, so it's aggregate demand equation negatively sloped. And if I simply analyze this, this is also a very important exposition. The same aggregate demand equation with some simple algebraic manipulation, I can write them. The denominator especially is some interaction of IS equation slope and LM equation slope. And from here, ultimately, my objective is this, to analyze this del Y del M, del Y del G, and del Y del T. It's positive, positive, del Y del T negative. But to what extent it is positive? What is the value? If I change my aim by 1 unit, to what extent my Y changes? It is positive, but the extent it's going to change, it depends on this del R del Y LM, del R del Y IS. Slope of IS and LM के ऊपर depend करेगा. और slope of IS or LM, ultimately तुम देखो, generally we do not play with the value of beta. For IS, important is basically I play with the value of gamma, gamma 0, gamma non-zero, slope changes accordingly, slope of IS changes accordingly, del Y del M, del Y del G, and del Y del T changes. Similarly, for the LM equation, I play with L2, L2 0, L2 infinity. Del R del Y LM changes. When this del R del Y LM changes, you see del R del Y del M changes, del Y del G changes, del Y del T changes. And this is basically algebraically, this is it. This ISLM. So this expression actually, if I give different values of this consumption autonomous, expenditure, investment autonomous, government expenditure, taxation, इसका value मुझे अगर पता है, price का भी value अगर मुझे पता है, I can calculate equilibrium output from here. And if I know equilibrium output, I simply substitute this equilibrium output to either to LM equation or IS equation. I get my equilibrium interest rate. So this is basically IS-LM interaction going to determine your Y and R. Okay, so IS, and if you want to go further with what happens if my government expenditure M and T changes through IS-LM interaction, and you get this, and we'll actually do different kind of analysis with it. Okay, so this is it. Orpon.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, you're going to give them two pictures. One is IS and LM interaction. You have to draw this negatively sloped IS, positively sloped LM, and you determine graphically that how does this Y and R is getting determined graphically.
Okay.
Then three things you have to change and you have to show them graphically what is happening. One is your G rises, T rises, M rises.
Okay. Okay.
What is happening graphically? You have to tell them that what is it. G changes mean IS shifting, T changes means IS shifting, and M changes means LM shifting. You have to tell, you have to explain them what is happening. And also it's a normal situation. And then you have to give them one empirical simple example where they will actually calculate this Y and R numerically. Okay. And then let's say how this numeric value changes when G changes, M changes. So suppose initially G was 100, now it becomes 200. Initially M, let's say 200, now it becomes, let's say 400. Y और R कैसे change करेगा, graph में कैसे दिखता है, ये सब तुम्हें करवाना पड़ेगा. I will start with these pathological cases from the next to next class. So tomorrow your class. So next class I'll do these pathological cases. Maybe next two classes you will do this. And another thing is basically what you have to do is basically two things. One is gamma 0, gamma infinity. How does this equation, how does this IS equation changes? And also this L2 0, L2 infinity over here.
Liquidity trap and the vertical element.
Vertical
and another is horizontal IS and vertical IS. Which
horizontal
is
IS, vertical IS. Gamma 0 means interest sensitivity नहीं है. highly interest sensitive है, L2 0, L2 infinity highly interest sensitive money demand and no interest sensitive money demand. ये जो वाला जो केसेस है ग्राफिकली तुम्हें इन लोगों को करवाना है
Okay.
and with some standard numerical example.
Numerical.
Okay, then so that when I'll take them, when I start analyzing this with them, there it will be absolutely clear to them that how does the slope of LM looks like when different values of L2? How does this slope of IS looks like for different values of gamma? Okay. And how does this and graphically if it looks like that, then if M, suppose vertical IS and M changes, so that they actually be able to visualize what is happening graphically. I will concentrate more on this algebraic stuff. Okay. Okay. Any question till now? Faisal, clear?
Yes, sir.
Derivation clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We will do different kind of pathological cases with it. Actually ये macro 1 macro 2 और public finance में especially Professor Mishra बहुत करवाते थे ये सब. So that is why I never had to do it. This is the first class we are doing because Professor Mishra is no longer teaching. But without ISLM, it's absolutely impossible to actually move forward. Eliza Roy, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Algebraically is fine, right? कुछ problem नहीं है.
नहीं, sir.
अच्छा ये वाला जो explanation मैं दिया Eliza, is it clear to you that ये जो del R del Y positive LM जो आ रहा है, I have given some economic explanation to I think Yatharth Soneji. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So this from transaction demand, speculative demand is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. अच्छा मैं मुंह में बोलता हूँ कल Orpon will take it more further. Let's say Odrija Odhikari.
Yes, sir.
If I say that my investment function is completely interest rate insensitive, investment function, then what is the value of gamma? Investment function is interest rate insensitive.
So it will be 0 in that case.
Gamma is 0. Very good. This is my gamma. Gamma is 0.
0.
Okay. If gamma is 0, what is the slope of IS?
It will be infinite.
Infinity. And how does this IS look like? How if you draw IS, कैसे दिखने में होगा? Vertical or horizontal?
It will be a vertical upwards.
It's a vertical line. Okay.
Yes.
Vertical line IS. Very good. Visualize करो उसको और उसके साथ एक simple positively sloped LM उसके साथ है और उसका intersection हुआ है. Y है नीचे जहां पे वो vertical line x axis को काट किया, that is your Y star, और वो vertical IS और LM interaction करके intersection point is going to give you this interest rate in the Y axis. Now, if your gamma is 0, your IS is vertical, your del R del Y IS is infinity. Okay. इस टर्म को कंसीडर करो. What happens to this term? नीचे स्लोप IS है, ऊपर स्लोप LM है. And del R del Y is infinity. Then what is del R del Y LM divided by del R del Y IS? इसका वैल्यू क्या होगा? Odrija?
Yes, sir. A 0.
I'm asking, it is
I
0, right?
Yes.
Exactly, it will be 0. And gamma is also?
It will be 0, sir.
Then del y del m is
0.
monetary policy effective or ineffective?
Ineffective.
हो गया, खत्म. Completely interest rate insensitive investment function, gamma is 0, IS के स्लोप से मिला IS वर्टिकल. यहाँ पे देखो, if del r del y IS is basic, gamma 0 means del r del y IS is infinity. This is infinity. ये वाला जो एक्सप्रेशन है डिनोमिनेटर के नेगेटिव के बाद, ये वाला एक्सप्रेशन 0 हो गया. Gamma is already 0. My del y del m is basically 0. I have a completely monetary policy is completely ineffective. Graphically क्या होगा औद्रिजा? If I increase money supply, you have a vertical IS. वो x axis में y में कट कर गया है, something at y star, and that vertical IS or vertical IS and upward sloping LM intersection make R star था. Now you increase, let's say, money supply. What happens, औद्रिजा? वर्टिकल IS, अपवर्ड स्लोपिंग LM, और तुम्हारा मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीज कर रहे हो, ये वाला जो y का कुछ चेंज होगा ग्राफिकली? हाँ, is y changing? Y is not changing. This is exactly जो ग्राफिकली जो तुम्हें मिल रहा है. I keep on increasing money supply, LM कर्व नीचे शिफ्ट होते जाएगा, ISLM इंटरसेक्शन भी नीचे शिफ्ट होते जाएगा. ओनली द इंटरेस्ट रेट विल बी अफेक्टेड, बट आउटपुट अफेक्टेड नहीं होगा. देखो यहां से वही मिल रहा है, डेल वाई डेल एम इज कंप्लीटली 0, राइट? अच्छा, ये सब पैथोलॉजिकल केसेस हम लोग धीरे धीरे करेंगे. एक चीज और करते हैं, व्हाट हैपेंस टू माय डेल वाई डेल जी? प्रियांशा, प्रियांशा,
यस सर.
इसको कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो. सेम थिंग, माई गैमा इज 0, माई डेल आर डेल वाई आई एस इज infinity. I have a vertical IS, so this term is infinity. This term I'm highlighting, this is infinity. The term, this entire term del r del y LM divided by del r del y IS is basically 0. Then what is my del
Yes,
y del
sir.
G?
It will be 1 upon 1 minus beta.
1 upon 1 minus beta. It is positive, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means the fiscal policy is effective or ineffective?
Sir, it's still effective.
So अगर देखो, if my investment function is interest rate insensitive, my monetary policy is completely ineffective, my fiscal policy is effective.
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है? In fact, fiscal policy has a maximum effect over here. ये वाला जो टर्म नीचे वाला जो है वो पूरा चला जा रहा है. थोड़ा सा भी अगर पॉजिटिव ये टर्म वो होता, डेल वाई जेल जी का वैल्यू थोड़ा सा घटता. But when this term becomes completely 0, my del y del g is 1 over 1 minus beta. This is the maximum impact of the fiscal policy. समझ में आ रहा है? That is why I have written this aggregate demand equation in this way, so that I can do different kind of pathological cases analysis algebraically. Similarly, यहाँ पे आओ औद्रिजा, प्रियांशा, same thing. What happens to my del y del t?
It will be minus beta upon 1 minus beta.
So effective or ineffective? Effective or ineffective? If my taxation changes, outputs is changing or not?
Yes, sir, it will change.
Okay, and it's going to go down, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is basically the case with gamma 0, जो ऑर्पोन तुम लोगों को ग्राफिकली फिर से करवाएगा. And another case let us take, let's say L2 infinity. That means money demand or speculative demand for money, let's say. Money is highly interest rate sensitive. That means my L2 is infinity. L2 is infinity. एक तो मैं यहाँ पे किया gamma is 0, completely investment function is interested in sensitive, gamma 0, my IS is vertical. L2 is infinity. Sachi bolo. What happens to the slope of LM? Sachi Jalote. Sarthak Brijwasi.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you leave the class? सार्थक,
Yes, sir.
तुम्हें बुलाया जाता है, तुम अटेंड नहीं करते हो, उसके बाद आई रिमूव यू फ्रॉम द लेक्चर, देन अगेन यू जॉइन बैक. तुम जाते कहाँ पे हो? कुछ
Sir,
नेटवर्क का
I
प्रॉब्लम
went
था?
to washroom, sir. No,
Okay,
sir,
no
no,
problem.
sir.
ठीक है. सार्थक तुम मुझे बोलो. सार्थक मुझे
Yes, sir.
बोलो तो when L2 goes to infinity, what happens to the slope of LM?
Slope will become 0, sir.
So graphically it will be vertically sloped LM or horizontal LM? अगर उसको तुम ड्रॉ करो,
Horizontal.
horizontal LM. Okay, इसमें इसको याद रखो. L2 infinity del R del Y LM is 0. L2 infinity del R del Y LM is 0. What happens to this term? The term highlighted, the slope of LM divided by slope of IS, इसका क्या होगा value?
It would be 0, sir.
Very good, it would be 0. And what happens to my del Y del M then? What is the value of my del Y del M? What is the value of my del Y del M?
It will become 0, sir. If
It will become 0 because you have a
because
L2 infinity here, right?
L2 is infinity.
Then monetary policy is effective or ineffective? Monetary policy is
It will
effective
be
or
ineffective, sir.
that's your liquidity trap. So you keep on increasing your money supply. The intersection between IS and LM, IS intersects LM in the horizontal portion, वो वाला intersection कभी change नहीं होगा. You keep on increasing your money supply, Y is completely ineffective. Y change नहीं होगा. तुम देखो mathematically भी मुझे वही मिल रहा है. Right? सार्थक?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, वो दिखाएगा ग्राफ ड्रॉ करके और तुम लोगों को दिखाएगा. What happens to del Y del G Orpon? Hey, Orpon means Sarthak. ये expression 0 है because del R del Y LM is 0. So this ratio of slope of LM divided by slope of IS is 0. Then what is del Y del G?
1/1 minus beta.
Positive or negative?
It will be positive.
Why?
Sir,
Because beta is a
we have
fraction.
shown here. Yes, sir.
Because beta is a fraction. What does this beta represent in our analysis?
Marginal propensity to consume.
Very good. So if L2 is infinity, my fiscal policy with respect to government expenditure is effective or ineffective? My fiscal policy with respect to government expenditure when my L2 is infinity, it is effective or ineffective? Your del Y del G is
It will
1 over
be
1 minus beta.
effective.
Effective. अरे y change करेगा effective है, y change नहीं करेगा effective नहीं है. This is the simple definition. If a policy can influence Y, there is the effective policy. If a policy cannot influence Y, it's ineffective policy. Similarly, del Y del T, the fiscal policy with respect to taxation change, effective or ineffective? Sarthak,
Effective, sir.
what is the value of del Y del T when L2 is infinity?
Minus beta upon 1 minus beta.
हो गया, खत्म. और इसका ही ग्राफिकल एनालिसिस होगा. Orpon will do it more in detail. IS एक नॉर्मल IS ड्रॉ करेगा, नॉर्मल LM ड्रॉ करेगा, उसका इंटरसेक्शन करके Y स्टार R स्टार दिखाएगा, उसके बाद वर्टिकल IS करेगा एंड नॉर्मल LM करेगा, उसके बाद हॉरिजॉन्टल LM करेगा, नॉर्मल IS करेगा. ये सब ग्राफिकल तुम्हें करवाएगा. उसके साथ एक न्यूमेरिकल एग्जांपल, एक दो we will do some numerical examples also. We'll give some values of T, some values of G. G इंक्रीज कर रहा है, Y क्या हो रहा है, उसका ग्राफ क्या हो रहा है, शिफ्टर्स ऑफ IS LM, ये सब होगा. And we will do that for next 1 classes. Any question? Any clarification? Lakshya,
No, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
ग्राफ ठीक से कल देख लेना. And
Yes,
if
sir.
there is any clarification next class में जब आऊंगा मुझे पूछना. Because what I am telling you that without ISLM तुम एक कदम भी आगे नहीं जा पाओगे in macro analysis. Your ISLM has to be very, very clear. Orpon,
Yes, sir.
एग्रीगेट डिमांड, एग्रीगेट सप्लाई का ग्राफिकल एनालिसिस बाद में करवाएंगे हम लोग. नेक्स्ट क्लास कल जो तुम करोगे ISLM ग्राफिकली डिटेल में करवाओ और एक न्यूमेरिकल एग्जांपल करवाओ.
Okay, okay.
न्यूमेरिकल एग्जांपल का भी ग्राफिकल एक्सपोजिशन करवाना. ठीक है?
Mm-hmm.
Just
So we'll take one example.
and
G
this
करके दिखा दें.
G rises और M rises. हाँ,
LM का हाँ.
वो जो शिफ्टर्स, व्हाट आर द शिफ्टर्स ऑफ ISLM, किस तरीके कौन सा डायरेक्शन में शिफ्ट हो रहा है, ये सब ठीक ठाक करवा के करो. Then they will actually ask me question also in the next class, and then we will go to this aggregate demand later.
Okay.
Maybe Monday class you can actually pick it up. Aggregate demand you can pick it up from here. Aggregate supply I'm not going to derive. I'm just going to write it down over here, and then I'll go to end the lecture over here. And aggregate supply is simple this, and you guys have to assume that you do not need to know where it is coming from. It's basically something Y equals to some Y bar is the long run level of output. I'll denote it by Y bar. It's basically coming from, let's say, ISLM intersection, one of the ISLM intersection, Y bar, plus some alpha. Alpha is a fraction, let's say. Greek letter. And multiplied by P. इसके साथ expected price or expected inflation भी आता है. Generally, if we complete it, it should be P minus PE, expected inflation. But for this level, I do not need to do that. Okay. So IS और LM का अगर intersection कभी करो तो तुम्हें Y bar और R bar मिलेगा. This Y bar and R bar will be determined from the initial IS and LM intersection. And then you draw this aggregate demand negatively sloped, this aggregate supply positively sloped, and they will interact. And that's going to give you the this Y has already been determined through ISLM. This equation is going to determine P from here. Okay, and that's it. It's over here. So Orpon will do this ISLM graphically, absolutely in detail. Take your time. Don't worry. डोंट हरी एक्चुअली ISLM और एग्रीगेट डिमांड एग्रीगेट सप्लाई उसके बाद में आएगा. ISLM और अगर न्यूमेरिकल एग्जांपल मिला के 2 क्लास हो जाए, आई डोंट माइंड, because they have to know this ISLM, they have to visualize this ISLM clearly, otherwise monetary policy और fiscal policy analysis हो नहीं सकता है. Okay. Any question? Dave Agarwal. Dave, is it fine? Jai Prakash Kumar. Dev, chalo. ठीक है. I understand. You have an issue with your mic, I think. Please mute yourself. Jai Prakash Kumar. Jai Prakash. Rohit Anand. Rohit. Akshat Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Any question? Any clarification?
No, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Okay, then if you guys do not have any question today, then I'm going to end today's lecture over here. The next lecture will be a detailed graphical exposition of this ISLM based on what we are doing, different cases, and numerical example. Another lecture Orpon will take that will be much more in this aggregate demand, aggregate supply. So ISLM graphical, numerical example 1 or 2, and aggregate demand, aggregate supply graphical. ये Orpon तुम लोगों को करवाएगा. And उसके बाद whenever if you need any clarification or question of that 2 lectures, I'll be there, and then we will move forward from here. Okay then. ठीक है. Then I'm ending today's lecture over here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.